Our final official to take her oath of office is Mayor-elect Erin Mendenhall, and she's going to be joined by Kyle Lamalfa, her husband. But before she comes up, we're going to repeat this. Erin, come over here. Let's do a selfie. The last moment of Council Member Mendenhall's career on the council.
You're in the selfie, you know. Hold on, flip that thing.
There we go.
Thanks, James.
Yep.
Make sure I have a speech here. Okay.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
with
fidelity.
fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Cindy. I'll hold on to that. Thank you. Somehow the sun always comes out on Inauguration Day here in Salt Lake City. Thank you, Cindy Mansell, for administering my oath of office yet again, and for your continued dedication to the accuracy and transparency of the work here in City Hall. Thank you to all of you here. I heard Governor Herbert is here. I know that former Governor and Ambassador John Huntsman is here with his family. Thank you. Former Mayor Ted Wilson is here. I see Ralph Becker in the audience. I hope Palmer DePaulis is here. There are state representatives and senators in the audience, mayors from other cities around this county, council members from other cities around the county. Thank you for being here. And my dear campaign team, brilliant Ian Koski, Gabby Romney, Luigi Guadarrama, Georgia Gregerson, June Hyatt, Ryan LeRae, Debbie Sigmund, Jamie Stokes, Eva Lopez, Alex Emmons, Ethan Copier, Liba Kazi, Tommy Yappies, Gwen Springmeyer, John LaRue, and Neil Morgan, many others. And to my amazing campaign manager, Patrick Costigan. You have inspired me, you have all taught me, you have tried me. Thank you for keeping me going and for the work that you dedicated to this city. And to our dozens of volunteers, I could not be standing here without your support, your love, and your dedication. Thanks in particular to Remley Robbins and to all my friends in labor unions, the Salt Lake City Firefighters Union, the AFL-CIO, the Operating Engineers, Central Fed, Salt Lake City Police Union, 15 labor organizations in total, working class families and people who are the front lines of public service in this city. I am, as I have been for years, honored to have your support and to support you in my work. Thank you to the ecclesiastical leaders who are here today. And thank you to my council family, Charlie, James, Amy, Chris, Anna, and Andrew, Cindy, Jennifer, Lehua, Priscilla, and the 24 other amazing people who raised this work of public service to a level of revere and honor for the public that we serve, so that council members aren't just bettered by the public, but by the staff who support us. We have been through a lot as a council family, as a city, and I know that we will yet go through high waters. I know your commitment to the good of this city, and I promise to work with you as we grow. Mayor Jackie Biskupski, thank you for your leadership through the last 4 years and before, and the courage you have brought to the values of equity, environmental sustainability, and expanding access and affordable housing for all throughout Salt Lake City. And to the more than 3,000 additional public servants who work for Salt Lake City Corporation, I enter this office today with honor for the work that you do and a passion to build a culture that respects, honors, and listens to you, because without you, none of this is possible. And to my family, my dearests, my Everett, Cash, Mila, and Kyle, I love you. Kyle, never before in Salt Lake City has a person been the mayor with a husband who has held office in the same city. You know me, you sympathize with the work unlike any other. And you parent our amazing children with such grace and love. Thank you. To our parents, Sue and Tony, John and Lisa, Marky, my mom, my father, Don, who isn't seated with us but is surely here in spirit. To my grandparents, who aren't here either, but my grandma, whose coat I wear. I love you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks to my sister Nancy, my brother Blake, his lovely Chelsea, and our cousin Carrie, my brothers-in-law Liam, Eric, and Jeremy, and to Jared. I have an awesome family, and I'm blessed beyond my wildest dreams to call you my family. So here we are, on the east steps of what is arguably the most beautiful building in Salt Lake City, where we mark this moment with intention. I ran for mayor because of the fundamental truths that drive me to public service. I love this city and our people. I see a path to achieving a greater future, and I am willing to work. There are so many good elements at play in Salt Lake City today, so many bright opportunities and reasons to work for progress, even 200,000 good reasons. The people who call Salt Lake City home and the public servants who do the work of this city, plus another 200,000 people who travel here 5 days a week to go to work. They all inspire me every day to wake up and find ways to make Salt Lake City work better for you. The fundamental work of being mayor is to ensure that the city runs well for its people, all of its people, every hour of every day. The next step is to build a better tomorrow, to forge new paths for our people and our communities to thrive, to harness growth for the good of all, and to build environmental resiliency into every action and investment that we make. I bring into this office 6 years from the City Council and as many more as an air quality advocate, informed by community organizing and listening. You have taught me at every step. Over the last many months, I met with members of our community across this city, sometimes at libraries, some at their doors, their backyards, their dinner tables, listening to their priorities, their ideas and concerns. I'm really grateful for the dozens of people who came out to meet with me and the hundreds who have reached out in other ways. Across the board, people expressed a strong desire to help make Salt Lake City a stronger city for all, and their willingness to work on those efforts. Salt Lakers like Bill, a chemistry professor who's willing to turn a shovel and organize to make our foothill trails into a better network and asset for our residents. And Salt Lakers like Kirsten, one of my friends at the Other Side Academy, who works hard every single day to contribute to the community and wants to help make it possible for others with criminal records who have turned their lives around to find housing here and call Salt Lake City home. Then there's Abby, a recent transplant to Salt Lake who offered pro bono research to scour the world for effective no idling approaches. And Sia and Vladimir, who I see here today, African immigrants who each completed their degrees at the University of Utah and are now tech entrepreneurs here, wanting to see other people of color better able to navigate and start businesses here, helping grow our economy as they are. And Joshua, a Rose Park native who's experienced homelessness and addiction, and today runs a successful painting company. He came to offer painting apprenticeships to youth in our community and to help plant trees in our West Side neighborhoods. These neighbors came to share their ideas because they know that none of us can do it alone. And fortunately, in Salt Lake City, we don't have to. The extraordinary people of this city inspire me each and every day. And although sometimes people call Salt Lake City an island, as I look out from this podium today, I see an ocean of inspiration. This is one of those moments that matter so that we've made a special ritual of the act here on the east steps of City Hall, the first Monday in January after an election. It is my third time standing at this podium after raising my hand to swear the oath and commitment to my duties as a public servant. It's my first time as your mayor. I am the third woman in Salt Lake City to hold this office and the 36th mayor of our capital city. It is the most humbling moment of my life. I accept this responsibility with honor and gratitude. On this very day, January 6th, in 1851, this city was formally organized as the City of the Great Salt Lake, and 5 years later, the seat of capital city was moved from Fillmore, Utah, here to Salt Lake City, and we're not letting it go. Our city has long led the way on new paths toward progress, and we've done so with political willingness, creativity, and tenacity. As the stakes have risen on issues from immigration to homelessness, equity and belonging, affordable housing, and climate change, we need that tenacity, creativity, and political willingness now more than ever. Our city will achieve more when we bring allies to this work. Our city will be stronger when every voice is not only welcome, but given the same level of respect and consideration. We are about to embark on an ambitious work of love for this city, an effort guided by our fundamental desire to make Salt Lake City a better place for every person who lives here, housed and unhoused, young and old, immigrant and native, families of all sizes, races, and cultures. We need each other. None of us can do this work alone. Not a citizen, not a council member, and not a mayor. I need you. We need you. We need your voice to help us shape the work to fit the needs that we have. Without your unique experience in this city helping to guide us, we will not be able to bridge the gaps, mend where there have been holes, and scaffold to heights we have yet to reach. Let's build a city that is a catalyst for progress greater than the sum of our parts, that brings people together, brings ideas and momentum to create new recipes for progress. We need to bring neighborhoods, the business communities, nonprofits, philanthropies, education institutions all together to take on issues with more voices and momentum. None of us can do it alone. Let's work together to make our city more accessible to all its residents, where entrepreneurs can put roots down and grow. Business can thrive with employees who travel by an expanded public transit system, where new Americans can bolster our diverse culture by bringing their authentic self, their hope, and their effort to bettering the citywide community. Let's be the city that works together to improve our air quality, not only through government actions, but through corporate and personal responsibility. A city that acknowledges we all breathe the same air and that it's all of us that must prioritize cleaning it. A city that works together to find the path through environmental challenges like climate change and the state's inland port. Let's be the city that evolves its housing stock to allow people in areas of low opportunity to choose homes in areas of high opportunity, leveraging their family's success and better connections to schools, healthcare, food, and jobs. Let's be the city that gets its financial house in order in anticipation of a sure-to-come economic downturn and accesses more federal, state, and county funds to repair our decaying roads and infrastructure. Let's be the city that works with all our neighbors, all 247 cities and towns that call Utah home, in sisterhood and brotherhood so that we may advance our common good together. Let's be the city that creates partnerships to make our transit system more convenient, affordable, faster than we could with only our city's taxpayer dollars. Let's build our tax base with startups and larger companies that embrace our city's values of ingenuity, diversity, and resilience, who can commit to offering apprenticeships, investment, and collaboration with our communities. And let's fight back against our polluted air and take an overdue step toward equity by planting 1,000 trees each year on our city's west side neighborhoods. I am grateful for the enthusiasm from the community to help make this happen. From offers to dig the holes to donations for the trees, I feel the tenacity, creativity, and willingness of my fellow residents. Your energy inspires me. We have a lot of work in front of us, but I'm excited to report that we have already begun raising private funds to help the ambitious 1,000 Trees a Year initiative get underway. As Barack Obama said, we will not change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we are the change we seek. Salt Lake City, I hear you. We are not waiting for some other person or some other time. Change is in our hands, and we are ready. To get us started on this first day of this new chapter, I'm making 2 new commitments. First, starting today, will be the policy of Salt Lake City government to ensure the impact on our air quality is a consideration in every choice we make. The kind of big structural change we need to deliver on air quality can't happen overnight, but we have to start somewhere. Second, thank you. As a city government, we need to work for the people, all the people. That's something we can do better, both by going into our neighborhoods and listening to people's needs and ideas, and by making the government work more efficiently for them. For 6 years, I've worked alongside 3,000 employees who work for this city. I've seen what works and I've seen what isn't working. We need to listen to the civil servants who work day in and day out to take steps to tear down walls and silos where they exist and prevent us from working at our best. Residents don't look to City Hall and see dozens of departments and divisions. They see one government. Starting today, we're going to start acting that way and ensure our constituents, all of them, get the service and care that they deserve. The journey we begin today will not be without its challenges, but working together, we have the privilege of setting a course for our capital city that will shape and contour it for the better of generations to come. And so, to the city employees, to the entrepreneurs, educators, nonprofits, religious leaders, community organizations, and every Salt Lake City resident ready to press forward to a brighter day, I reach out my hand in earnest desire to join with you, in a sincere desire to work with you through good times and bad, committing to let go of the parts of the past that do not serve us and focus on the present, preparing for the future to build the stronger, more equitable, and more accessible future every Salt Laker deserves. We can do this if we work together with love and dedication as one city committed to reaching its greatest potential. Let's get to work. Thank you.